Hello and welcome to week 24 of the Ray of Hope crochet along, and this week we're making the cobble stitch. So this is a really beautiful stitch, and it sort of just interlocks together in these little wedges all the way up. So it's a nice repetitive stitch and you're just repeating one row all the way up. So how do we make it? So for this stitch we're going to use a 4mm hook, and we're going to start with a foundation chain of 15. So I'm going to use 3 colours for this stitch. So start with my first one, and in the third chain from your hook we're going to make a half double crochet. So that turning chain counts as your first stitch, and that counts as a single crochet. Okay, so in the same stitch as your half double crochet you're going to make a double crochet. Okay, and we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. In the next stitch we're going to make a single crochet, and working in the same stitch you're going to make a half double crochet and a double crochet. This is the pattern for the entire piece. So in the same stitch you make a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, you skip 2 stitches and then repeat. That's all there is to this entire stitch. So we're going to skip 2, into the next stitch, make a single crochet, half double crochet and a double crochet. Okay, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and repeat in the next stitch. Single crochet, half double crochet and double crochet, all in the same stitch. And we skip 2 stitches, and in our final stitch we just make a single crochet. But in that last stitch I'm also going to change colours. So I'm just going to bring in my other colour. So I'm going to be using all pinks in this one. So I've gone for a darker shade, and I'm just going to switch that in the last 2 loops. I can turn and chain 1. So I'm using 3 colours for this, so I'm going to carry my colours all the way up the side, so I don't need to cut off anywhere. Okay, so in that first stitch make a single crochet. Get my stitch marker, and working into the same stitch make a half double crochet and a double crochet. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, which is your double crochet and your half double, and then into that single crochet, which is the 3rd stitch, we're going to make our single crochet, half double crochet and double crochet, all in the same stitch. Okay, so skip the next 2 stitches, and working into that single crochet, single crochet, half double crochet and double crochet. Skip 2 stitches, into the next stitch, just single crochet, half double crochet and double crochet. Then we skip 2 stitches, and in that last stitch we're just making a single crochet. So you're going to end each row with just a single crochet. Okay, there doesn't look too much there yet, but if I turn it over you can see those wedges coming together. Okay, I didn't mean to finish that single crochet, I meant to change colours in the last 2 loops, so we'll just do that. And we bring in the other colour, so another darker shade of pink. There we go. Turn, chain 1, into that first stitch, a single crochet. I'm just going to mark that off. And working into the same stitch, half double and double. So it's a really nice, easy, repetitive stitch. So skip those two. So we just work into the single crochets. So single crochet, half double, and a double, all in that same stitch. And you just repeat this for every single row. So it really is a really lovely, easy, repetitive stitch. But it looks so pretty when it's finished. So I'll just finish this row. Skip those two stitches, just working into the single crochet. So always 3 stitches in the same stitch, unless you've got your final stitch. And the final stitch of the row is always just a single crochet, which is here. So you can work this in a single colour, or you can work it in multiple colours. I'll just carry it up the side and change colour in those last 2 loops. Then turn, chain 1, single crochet in that first stitch, in the same stitch, half double and a double, and it just carries that all the way up the piece. Yeah. So all those nice colours coming through, and it just creates this kind of wedge look going up. So we're going to make 53 rows for this. So I'm going to carry on making that, and I shall see you when I get to the end of row 53. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I finished my 53 rows, and I've got this beautiful looking stitch here, and you can see you've got your carried threads down each side. Don't worry about those. When we join, this will all get hidden on the back. Okay, so for your slip stitch border, for the tops and bottoms, so for your bottom row, it's 1 slip stitch in every stitch, and you'll have 14, as remember we started with our single crochet as it's sort of an extra stitch rather than in 1 stitch. In one stitch you'll have 14 across the bottom that way. Across the top you've got 13 stitches, so you need to add an extra stitch in there somewhere to get 14. Down the sides you need to make this in alternate rows. So on one row you make 1 slip stitch, the next row is 2 slip stitches, next row 1 slip stitch, next row 2 slip stitches, and alternate that all the way up. So you'll end up with 80 stitches down both the long ends. So once you've done that, you can weave in your ends and join it to the rest of your rays. So I hope you enjoy the couple stitch, and I shall see you next week for week 25. Bye for now.